Hey guy, what's up? So I get asked this question all the time, right? So hey, Hui, how do you analyze a deal? Especially in the high interest rate environment right now. I actually just got this deal right here. I think hopefully, knock on wood, I'm right. I think it's a pretty decent deal. So I really want to document my thought process here to really show you guys what I look for, how I think, right? So number one, find a deal, right? You gotta be able to find a deal. You can work with wholesaler, you can, go door knocking. But for this particular one, it's on the MOS guy. If you notice, there's a lot of deal on the MOS right now, with your real estate license. If you don't have one, get one. Ask me how, with your license, you can do a lot of amazing thing investing in real estate, right? So I got this deal by simply looking at the MOS, right? There's still in deal in the MOS. You just have to know what to look for. So this is actually $130,000 home in a very desirable area of Houston, Texas. 2 bedroom, 1 bath that need a lot of repair. Don't get me wrong. There's going to be a lot of equity that need to go into the deal, right? But they have the infrastructure. They have everything ready for me to come in, maybe add another bedroom, add another bathroom into it. So yeah, Jenny and I, we always keep an eye out for distressed property, especially the one that you can add value, force appreciation, right? That's where you make the money, right? And then you can lease it out for cash flow and then refinance it, right? Remember, when you refinance, you don't have to pay capital gain tax. And then you can have the tenant cover the mortgage. You can enjoy the appreciation. You can enjoy the tax benefit of owning real estate, right? Because yeah, owning real estate, owning land is one of the best things that you can do in America, in my opinion, right? This is the land of freedom, the land of free, go ahead and own some private property. Number two, question to ask, right? How do you exit, right? Before you even enter the deal, you have to ask this question, how do you sit out of the deal, right? So this is the biggest question to ask in deal evaluation is how you access the property before you even buy it, right? I love deal that have multiple exit strategy, right? If plan A does not work out, at least you're gonna have plan B, plan C, and so on. Because as a matter of fact, there's a lot of risk that involve in real estate investing, right? Shit can go wrong in any direction. So you have to be able to identify the risk and mitigate them, right? With multiple exit strategy. So in this particular deal that I'm buying, there's actually a Section 8 tenant already in the house that I'm thinking about moving her out. She's paying $1,200 a month already. And the inspection for Section 8 is already passed. So she actually good to go for another year. So plan A is just to actually just keep her here. If I don't want to touch her property, just buy with cash, just keep her there and then ride out to next year, right? See if the interest rate is going to improve. If the interest rate is going to improve, great. My cost of money is going to be even cheaper, right? However, after checking with a short-term rental the regulation on the unit, this is actually a legal area, and there's a lot of short-term rental activity because it's very close to the medical center, right? The com for short-term rental is $40,000 gross, right? Or 3,500 a month. This is significantly higher, than the income from Section 8, right? So this is one of the exit, right? You can short-term rental this house out and, earn significantly high income. But what happened when the city of Houston, all of a sudden, they want to ban short-term rental, right? And that is actually a very high possibility right now. Or they're gonna put some crazy restriction into it, or that I have no control, right? If that's the case, and then hey, at least I have a house that I already fixed up. I can go ahead and sell it, for $265,000. So if you know to determine the ARV, the sale price, the market price, the ARV, the after repair value, that is crucial to your deal, right? If you don't know how to do that, I'm gonna drop another link in this video. You can go ahead and watch it, learn how to, determine the ARV of the deal, right? So either do that, get yourself a real estate license and learn how to do that, or, work with the one that really know how to determine the ARV, right? Because if you mess this number up, everything else is gonna go to, everything is gonna go ugly if you mess up this number. So do not ever mess up the ARV, right? Double check it, triple check it. Ask your friend, ask your family, ask people to double check your ARV if you're not sure. Really, really important number. So anyway, there's a lot of new build in the area too, right? So the area is going through a tremendous, amount of gentrification. So another exit strategy would be to tear this down. And then the lot is actually big enough, for us to build two skinny house. And then, looking at the comp again, checking the ARV, we can sell each house for $290,000 as of right now, on one lot, right? Of course, we need to plat the lot and stuff like that. But hey, at least that's another plan, right? So anyway, I really, like I told you, I really like deal with multiple exit strategy. But now you have to kind of check with yourself, right? So although, we are really good at flipping property, right? Jenny and I, we always understand that, if you want to build wealth, it's going to require you to own things, right? It's going to require you to own property, own the land. You have to own stuff if you want to get wealthy. So we'll always ask this question, right? Given our current investment objective right now and the deal on the table, what is the highest and best use for this deal for the home, right? So you cannot expect to flip forever and expect to build anything big, right? So right now, as of right now, and this could change, we are opting for option B, which is to improve our property, force the appreciation, and then cash flowing it to short-term rental, right? So that's the plan that we're going forward right now. And then moving on, number 3, how much do you want to pay yourself, right? Hey, at what rate, at what amount, who is going to get out bed and actually pick up a hammer and do some work, right? So this is probably the second most important question is how much you want to pay yourself, right? There's 2 ways you get to pay. You get paid in real estate, right? You get paid equity and you get paid cash flow. This is the 2 ways that real estate investors get paid. So you have to figure out these 2 numbers. So assuming nothing gonna go wrong with the deal, and again, right, which is rare. Things always go wrong. You need to have, buffer. You need to have protection for the deal, right? There's a lot of risk involved here. If you run your number correctly, which I'm gonna blow it up on my screen right here, I'm gonna get paid 70. I can't even say the word. I will get paid $77,300 in equity, right? And I can access this equity tax-free when I refinance, right? And a lot of investors, they use a 70% rule when it comes to, determine, like, hey, if it's a deal or not. Yeah, so I also using the 70% rule on this one, right? So if you look at the screen right here, the purchase price, 127,700. Rehab is going to be about $60,000. So all in, right, I'm going to be in the deal at 187, almost 190. And given the ARV is 265, I was able to print 77,000 out in there, right? So that's the equity creation. That's the forced appreciation, right? So that aligns with the 70% rule that most of investors using. Yeah. So that's really good, right? 77,000 in just one deal. And then, you get the equity, like, hey, that is good equity that you're going to force there. What about the cash on cash return, right? Assuming, I always assume that we're going to buy the property cash because I want to calculate the cash on cash return with no leverage, right? If you're going to put $100 in, what kind of return that you're going to get out. So if you look at a spreadsheet right here, this is actually a very simple spreadsheet. Basically, it's just all the expense for you to run short-term rental. And assuming that, we calculate the gross income. Of course, I'm a little bit optimistic here, but I hope I'm right. Assuming the income per month is going to be $3,700 per month, right? $44,000 a year, right? You deduct out the insurance, which is absolutely crazy right now. Estimate property tax, cleaning fee. You have to factor in the cleaning fee, internet, power, water. There's a lot of expense when it comes to short-term rental, right? Annual repair, supply, yard work, trash. Trash is included in water, so it should be fine. So my total expense is going to be about, per year is going to be about $24,000, which is about half of it, right? So that leaves me the cash flow of $20,000 of net income, right? And that's 10%. That's 10%. That's double-digit return in this category, not including equity, right? Which is really good, right? So I plug everything into my Excel spreadsheet, and then, here come the cash on cash return. So my standard, everybody have different standard, of course, but mine is going to be, hey, if I'm going to get out bed and work, the return, it need to be at least double digit. In this case, it proved to be 10%, which is okay, right? And then it's better, right? We all learn the art of leverage, right? So what would be the return if we leverage the property, right? Let's say I'm not going to even use, my 265 number. I'm just going to leverage what I put into the property, which is 187, right? And then I'm going to use it on the DSC alone at 7.3% right now, which is the rate, the going on rate right now. So if I again, right, if you look at your spreadsheet right here, the ARV for refinance, we just gonna use 187. The bank for sure, they're gonna make me put $46,000 in back into the deal as the equity, as 25% down, right? So my loan balance is gonna be 140, right? So with 140 loan balance, 30 years, 7% interest rate, my mortgage is going to be 11,000 a year, right? Well, that basically is going to cut half of my cash flow, right? Because my cash flow, if you notice on the top, is 20 grand. It cut half of my cash flow, but guess what? I was able to refinance all that money out. So my return on investment is almost 20% if I leverage it, with a 7.1 or with a 7.3 loan balance. So that is a whooping 18% return, right, on your money, right? If you leverage on a 7% note, not including appreciation and tax benefit, right? Any investor that I know, they would jump out back to work for that kind of return, right? So that's why I really, really like the deal. It really pans out on paper before you even go see it, right? And then last but not least, right? How do you actually pay for the property, right? So where's the money? Where's the money? You need money to buy real estate, right? So it can be someone else's money. It could be your mom money. It could be your uncle money, but you need money to buy real estate, right? So for this property, I can either self-fund the deal, which I can, or I can continue to leverage, right? So currently, as of right now, I decide to give this hard money lender a try since I just met him, and to be relationship, and they're gonna see if later on I'm gonna see if he can help me out in the refinancing process, right? So here's a quote I get, right? So there's a total loan amount. Of course, this number can go up or go down depending on how we finalize the deal. 10% interest rate, ouch, right? Down payment 10% because I have the experience, right? They give me 10%. Origination fee. Oh, now I just see the origination fee. Damn it. Okay, I need to put out. I need to put on this number as the cost. Service fee, origination fee, blah 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 blah. So anyway, so I might end up borrowing more or less than the loan amount, but you get the idea, right? Hard money lender, they love working with investor that have experience. So make sure that you brag about your experience, right? Brag about the deal, brag about your experience, the deal that you did, to get the best down payment at the best interest rate, right? So for this particular deal, they quote me 10% down, 10% interest rate, and my fee is gonna be, 999 plus origination point. So my total cost to you this money is gonna be around, if you get, $6,000 plus 999, it's gonna be, do the calculation yourself, but it's gonna cost me about, $16,000 if I'm gonna use some other people money, right? And then with my down payment, it's gonna be a total of 22,000. So again, given nothing wrong, right? With $25,000 out of pocket, that will help me create 77,000 in equity, right? That is, more than 300% return on equity, right? More than 300% return on equity because you triple your money, right? You put $20,000 now, and then you get more than, you get 70 that, you get more than $60,000 in equity. Yeah. So that's more than 300% in return on equity, right? Who wouldn't want a kind of return, right? So anyway, I ran all the number, all the green light turned on, so we went to look at the property, confirm the rehab number. It's a really good idea, guys, to bring your GC with you. I know I have mine. She's really good, but you need to figure out the rehab number, right? It's as important as the ARV. If you mess up on the rehab, it's going to kill the deal. So make sure your rehab number is right. So anyway, that's it, folks. The rest is about execution. Execution is so important. There's a million things that could go wrong in the deal, right? Especially during the rehab or house like this. You never know what you're going to step on until you open it up. The Fed might go crazy and raise the interest rate on everybody this year. Who knows? Then you're going to be really screwed, right? So it's really important to finish up the project in a timely manner. Or the city of Houston, they might outlaw short-term rental, or they're going to put some kind of crazy restriction on it, and then you cannot operate your short-term rental anymore, right? What you're going to do, you need to either sell the property, move it back to long-term rental. You need to have plan A and plan B when it comes to the kind of stuff. So anyway, so that is the value, of the cash flow agent network, right? There's a million things that could go wrong in this kind of thing. Join the network, partner with me, become a cash flow agent, right? So that way you have access to not only me, but a lot of experienced real estate agent, a lot of team leader, a lot of real estate investor that do this kind of thing for a living. So if you like this content, give me a thumbs up, in my YouTube channel, comment on the video, comment on the blog. So that way I know how, I just know from your feedback, I can make more of this. So anyway, peace out.